Hi, this is Bob from Clamshell Creations, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on Seaglass, making Seaglass pendants. Um, we do a lot of these. A lot of people do wire wrapping. We do a little bit of that, but we usually put charms on glass. So kind of like our clamshell pendants. Just find it to be a little unique and a little different than the norm. So today I'm going to show you what I use and the process I do to make them. So normally I use these tapered bits, and they're for a Dremel, and they're actually engraving bits, and I use those for all my clamshells. And the only time I use anything different is when I do sea glass. So what I use for sea glass is a similar bit, but it's actually flat. It's just a flat round tip bit, and it's got diamond embedded in it to help cut the glass. And the other bits work, but the glass tends to wear them out. So these are made specifically for glass, and you can get them on Amazon. They're not real expensive. You can buy like a whole set of them for like $15. That's where I've gotten mine, and the whole set's lasted me for years. So you can do many pieces with them. But now with glass, it takes anywhere from a couple minutes to I've spent as long as 5, 6 minutes trying to get through a piece of glass. You don't want to put a ton of pressure on it because you'll break it, and you kind of want to let the tool do the work. And if you do it long enough, you get a feel for when the bit's actually cutting. Um, so that's why I think a lot of people wrap, because they just don't want to have to bother with drilling the glass. And I mean, wrapping's pretty too. My wife does some of that. So if you ever buy a piece of sea glass from us that's wrapped, or almost anything that's wrapped, my wife made it. So, but I'm going to show you what I do. I usually, just like my clamshells, I start them on the bench. Now I've got some sea glass here laid out, and I've got a source out of Puerto Rico that actually collects glass, and I get it from them. And usually can get some pretty nice colors, blues and some nice greens and aqua colors. They're more popular here. So, but today I've got a piece of, it's almost an olive colored green. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this it's a fancy little starfish, and I'm going to put that on there. Now, usually what I do when I lay out my stuff, the longest part is just finding the right charm for the glass. So, you want to lay it on there and make sure it lays flat, or how you want it, and that it looks good. And so this is what I'm going to use, and I'll show you the process. Now, I don't know how long it'll take me to get through the glass. Usually it'll make a squealing sound when it's cutting. So, I've done it long enough. You get a feel for it. But we're going to go ahead and cut it. Bear with me if it takes a little while, but this is what we do. So usually I'll dip it, start it on the bench, get my hole going, and then put it in the water, let it do the rest. So here we go. You hear that squealing? That's actually cutting. Now I'll put it in the water. And that squealing, that's actually cutting. It's cutting pretty good, so it shouldn't take too long. There we go. As you can see, we've got a nice little hole there. That was actually pretty quick, so we'll dry it off. You can probably see a little better. We've got a nice little round hole there. And now the easy part, we just put it together. So you take your jump ring. I use twisted jump rings. I think they're a little prettier. They sparkle a little bit more. We'll take our fancy Starfish, put that on there. Put it on the glass. Put our bail. I have bail's custom made for me, so I use the same bail. It's kind of how I can recognize my own pieces. You know, I always have people, that's the first thing I look at is the jewelry they're wearing when they buy from us. But just like that, we've got a nice Seaglass. And then I'll normally mount this on a card, and you know, we'd sell it at one of our shows or on the website. But if you like what you see, www.clamshellcreations.com, that's our website. We have all kinds of items on there. And everything I make, I post on Facebook, and we have a Facebook shop as well, and there's a little bit of everything we have on there as well. We'd love to have you follow us. Just subscribe to either YouTube or follow us on Facebook or both. It would be great. Just keep an eye out for some new videos. We'll be doing more on some of the things we do. So hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helps you out. Thanks for watching.